I mean, I opened up as the underdog, and it just felt like they just don't see my skills, and it's been that way for a long time since coming up. You know, they see the knockout to see what I do, but they don't know how I'm doing it, so they never really rate me too well, you know. But that's fine. I have my style, and I'm confident against anybody, and just gonna keep on shocking people.
Every day requires the same focus. No letting up. No letting up. The noise cannot disturb me. That's the key in all this. To remain focused on reality, to not see myself bigger than what I'm called to do.
Ryan Garcia's preparation for the Mario Barrios fight has a noticeably different feel, and it's obvious as soon as the training video starts. With Derrick James in charge, the focus has shifted away from highlight reel moments and quick viral clips. Instead, everything is built around discipline, steady work, and a clear game plan.
No matter what they throw at me, no matter what they say about me, no matter all the things they try to bring me down, they try to break me. From saying that I fake mental health issues, I'm saying I'm an Instagram fighter, I'm saying I have no skills. I'm saying I'm not a complete fighter. All this stuff was a plot to distract me away from becoming the person I was always destined to be. And it's up to me to prove them all wrong and me to fulfill my destiny.
Yang isn't just letting his speed do the talking for the highlights anymore. Now he's putting real weight into his shots, building everything off a steady jab, and learning how to manage distance instead of rushing straight through it. That's a subtle change you can feel. With Derrick James guiding him, the work seems centered on staying grounded, choosing the right punches, and keeping his defense tight after he lets his hands go. And that's especially important against Mario Barrios, a tall, tough opponent who can take shots and isn't afraid to push a fight into the later rounds.
Again, thank you for the time we had together, guys, and I know it's going to be a great fight. I know you're working hard.
How could you, Joe? That's messed up.
Pardon?
I said, how could you? That's messed up.
What's messed up?
You know what I said? I mean, just can't believe you're doing this to me. That's insane.
What?
You hurt my heart.
Well, I'm still not sure.
You broke my heart. It's over. It's over. We're done.
Again?
We're done. Yeah, I'm breaking up with you again.
Now, how did I do that?
You just broke my heart. Just move on.
All right. Well, I thought I was being.
No, you were being sweet.
I thought I was being courteous and generous, and that's what I'm trying to be here. And I hope you don't take offense to it.
It's cool.
Because I don't ever want to offend fighters. I love what I do.
I'm offended. Too late. I'm offended.
You what?
I'm offended already. I'm hurt.
All right, good.
I'm offended, hurt, all that.
Ryan's quickness hasn't gone anywhere, but it's being used in a smarter way now, woven into full combinations instead of one big burst at a time. It's clear Derrick James is working to reshape him from a fighter who relies on sudden moments into someone who can consistently take rounds, apply steady pressure, and do it without draining himself early.
I just know I'm destroying him. That's it. I don't like him. He don't like me. I don't need him. I'm ready. I'm coming in there to conquer him. Everything he thinks he believes in me, you're gonna see something else. Everything he thinks, I'm showing him something new. He don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know how many miles I can run. He's not crazy like me. You don't fucking think like me. He fucking calls it corny. I fucking believe all this.
With James's system of composure and control, this isn't just about beating Barrios.
If Ryan can combine his raw physical gifts with Derrick James' approach, staying calm, staying organized, and staying in control, then this becomes bigger than simply getting past Barrios. It becomes a chance to change how people view him as an all-around fighter. This training camp isn't trying to grab attention. It feels focused and deliberate. And in boxing, that kind of quiet preparation is often when a fighter becomes the most dangerous. After all the chaos surrounding Ryan, constant headlines, non-stop clips, arguments over trainers, and people questioning whether he's truly locked in, Mario Barrios shows up sounding like the one person who isn't rattled by any of it. He comes across like a calm veteran who understands exactly where things are headed. What stands out right away is that Barrios isn't entertaining the sideshow. When he mentions working with Joe Goosen, it doesn't come off like promotion or trash talk. It sounds like a clear, practical decision. The vibe is more like, I'm not here to reinvent myself. I'm here to tighten what already works. And when he dismisses the idea that bringing in Ryan's former trainer is some kind of mind game, it actually feels genuine. Because everything about Barrios' approach comes back to one thing: the work, not the theatrics.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I think with Joe, I could definitely make that stretch that I want to, with the rest of my career, and be able to, accomplish as much as I can. Nah, it just happens to be a crazy a coincidence. Even if the fight with Ryan wasn't made, going with Joe was gonna be the move that was made regardless. But yeah, it just happens to be a coincidence.
Notice how he keeps steering everything back to the basics: routine, technique, and applying pressure. That's the kind of talk you hear from a fighter who's matured and understands what wins at this level. He handles all the questions about Ryan's mindset the same way, too. His message is basically, I'm solid where I am. Whatever he's dealing with is on him. And that's exactly how someone speaks when they trust their preparation, and one detail shouldn't get overlooked. When Barrios says Ryan still hasn't shed the ring with a true welterweight, it doesn't come across as a cheap shot. It sounds like a straightforward reminder of what this weight class actually demands. The part where he brings up Pacquiao lands for another reason. You can hear the disappointment, but you can also hear what he took from it. Start pressing sooner. Don't get caught watching the moment happen. Go take it. And in this fight, that lesson could matter a lot.
I think he's deserving of this title shot for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much that he's deserving, but he's definitely, the one of the biggest names, to make the fight with right now. But that being said, I don't think he's has been in there with the true welterweight yet, but he's gonna be, on the 20.
When he brings up the lack of respect he's gotten as a champion, it doesn't come off as complaining. It sounds more like fuel, like he's tired of being treated as the safe option for a big-name fight. And when he says he's coming in with a mean mindset and that he'll go after it if Ryan shows weakness, it doesn't feel like empty bravado. It sounds like a veteran explaining that he knows exactly when it's time to step on the gas. All the talk about a future Devin Haney fight is still floating around in the background like a distraction, but Barrios keeps pushing it aside. His point is simple. February 21st is what matters first. He isn't trying to be the most attention-grabbing person in the room. He's the one quietly getting ready while everyone else is busy debating everything around the fight.
Yeah, so I'm just telling everybody, just tune in, and yeah.
Tell us now, what's the prediction? Is it a stoppage, unanimous decision? Gonna make him quit? Well, what is it?
I know I see me with my hand raised at the end of the fight. By any means, I'm going in there with bad intentions. I'm going in there to hurt Ryan. And if at any point I do see I have him hurt, I'm gonna try to get him out of there.
Right after Barrios delivers that calm, no sideshow confidence, Tim Bradley jumps in like a former champion who won't let people spin this matchup the wrong way. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of friction boxing needs. Bradley isn't writing Ryan off at all, but is clearly challenging the inflated storyline around him. And when Timothy Bradley starts talking about experience, people listen. He basically reminds everyone that fame can get you opportunities, but it doesn't win fights. That's where the conversation gets uncomfortable for Ryan supporters. Yes, Ryan Garcia draws attention, but Bradley keeps coming back to the same point. Attention doesn't help you when the guy in front of you is a seasoned welterweight who's already been through high-level battles. Tank, Thurman, Pacquiao-type resistance. And he's not wrong. When Bradley describes Mario Barrios as a fully developed fighter with real mileage and real rounds behind him, it creates a sharp contrast with the fresh new Ryan narrative that's been building.
Barrios is experienced. I don't give a damn what anybody say. He got a lot of experience, man. He got the best resume at 147 pounds, right? He's a champion. You know what I mean? He's been in the ring with Tank Davis as well. He's been in the ring. Who else was the guy he been in the ring with? That was
Pacquiao recently, obviously.
Pacquiao recently, and there was another one.
Thurman? Was it Thurman?
Yeah, keeps one time Thurman. You got a guy like Garcia. You know, his last performance wasn't that great. I expect him to have a better performance this time around. You know, he gonna need to have a better performance, because if he brings that type of performance into the ring with Barrios is gonna eat him.
I like how Bradley frames it, not as Ryan can't win, but as Ryan can't afford to be delicate. That word, fragile, is the pivot here. He keeps suggesting that Garcia struggles with taking clean shots and handling pressure that fights back. That's exactly where Barrios becomes a threat, not flashy, but consistent, methodical, and unrelenting. Then Bradley shifts into the business side of boxing, calling it a popularity game, and you can sense the frustration of someone who had to grind for every opportunity. That perspective matters. His comments about Jake Paul may sound extreme, but they underline the same point. Shortcuts don't carry over in real fights. When Bradley ultimately picks Barrios as his current favorite, it isn't out of dislike, it's a caution. Ryan's speed and left hand are legitimate weapons, but Bradley's message is clear. If that's all you have, Barrios will read it, weather it, and start taking control. At this stage, it's no longer about flashy clips or online hype. The real question is whether Ryan can handle discomfort for a full 12 rounds. That's the fight that actually matters beneath all the surrounding noise.
It's gonna be easy work. He gonna eat him up, man. But see, this is the thing, man. I noticed one thing about Garcia. Garcia don't like power. Now, does Barrios has enough pop on his shots to keep Garcia honest? That's what I worry about, right? And if Garcia land that left hook, can Barrios take it? You know, because that seemed to be an issue for Barrios. You know, upstairs and downstairs, the left hook. So, you know, interesting fight. It ain't no foregone conclusion, like I said, that Garcia just gonna walk through a guy like Barrios. Barrios got a lot of experience. He wants to hold on to that stretch.
Right after Tim Bradley hammered home the point about handling pressure versus paying the price, Max Kellerman and Robert Garcia step in and shift the focus into something even more thought-provoking. Now, it's less about raw skill and more about control inside and outside the ring. Max frames the fight as a kind of green light moment for Ryan Garcia, the kind of stage where the boxing world already sees him as a future welterweight champion and is mentally printing Devin Haney posters before a fight even happens. That's exactly when Robert Garcia quietly drops the reality check. He doesn't question Ryan's speed or punching power. Those are obvious. What he asks is whether Ryan ever truly lets anyone take the lead. Mentioning coaches like Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goosen, and Derrick James, he questions if having all of them around still wasn't enough. This isn't criticism, it's a test of character. You can feel Max engaging with the point too, because boxing history is full of fighters with immense talent who hit a ceiling the moment they prioritized comfort over discipline.
Look, Barrios is dedicated. I know him. He's actually a good friend, a good person. And they chose him because they think Ryan has everything it takes to become champion, to become the welterweight champion, because they're already planning on huge fights with Devin Haney and whatever out there for Ryan. But the fact that Ryan, you know, has gone through 3 top trainers that would have done a great job, Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goosen, and Derrick James.
Correct.
And he's not training with neither of them. He's training with his dad, which I'm not saying the dad is not, you know, the dad brought him through the...
I really like the NFL comparison Robert drops because it hits hard. Top-level fighters need guidance the same way elite teams need a coach willing to say no. And when he says boxing isn't a comfort business, that line deserves to be posted in every gym across the country. What makes it interesting is that Robert still predicts a Ryan win, but it comes across more like a challenge than a forecast. Meanwhile, Mario Barrios continues to be framed as the seasoned adult in the room, experienced, tough, and already tested under high-level pressure. Is not flashy, but is stubborn in the most dangerous way. So the matchup evolves beyond just Ryan's left hand versus fundamentals. It becomes a clash of independence versus discipline, star power versus structure. Max sells the opportunity, Robert warns about the cost, and we're left in the middle. And that tension, where both perspectives make sense, is exactly why this fight carries a level of danger that no highlight reel can ever fully convey.
Fighters want it comfortable. right? Sometimes when Miguel Cotto would want to train in certain places because it was more comfortable for him, I thought, I want to see the Miguel Cotto when it's uncomfortable, right? And Cotto's a great fighter, of course, and a serious person. But the fighter really has a little too much control when they reach a certain level sometimes of their own career, which is good in one way, but in another way can limit them athletically. Because boxing is not a comfort.
When you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, this is where the story really lands. On one side, there's Ryan Garcia, working to reshape his narrative in real time, slowing his pace, embracing structure, and testing whether discipline can finally match his natural talent. On the other, there's Mario Barrios, moving like someone who's already navigated the chaos, already endured the pressure, and is quietly preparing to capitalize on mistakes rather than chasing flashy moments. Then you add the perspectives of Bradley, Kellerman, and Robert Garcia, and the fight shifts from hype and highlight reels to a genuine boxing question. Does growth outpace experience, or will experience catch growth before it's fully matured? Every angle tells a different story, which is exactly why this matchup feels so unpredictable. There's no clean answer on paper, just impact. One fighter pushing to evolve under the spotlight, the other daring him to prove it in the heat of battle. That's the kind of fight that sparks debate, divides opinions, and gets even more fascinating each time you watch it.
Or of his opponent, where maybe I could get away with training with my dad, compared to if I'm fighting a top dude.
It'd be a big mistake to underestimate him. Right? And it's like everyone thought he was going to win that fight, and Rolly just outboxed him. Rolly outboxed him and looked good doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy. I wish that Ryan, because he's so talented, I wish he would stick to a coach and really just follow the instructions.
Ryan gonna win this fight. He gonna win this fight. He gonna win this fight.
I don't know.
He got to.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you all think about this matchup. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters so you don't miss the next breakdown.